Morning, Stampers. Hello, welcome to the Loven Stamp Studio. My name is Meg, and I am excited to see you guys this morning on this Monday for the Loven Stamp Studio. So exciting announcements today are coming. I will get to them. But before that, let me just tell you what we're doing today because it's also kind of a fun deal. Jolly Delivery is the stamp set we're using. It's part of the North Pole Delivery Suite, which includes like that fabulous animal paper with all of the die cutable animals and delivering the mail and so forth. It's a really fun holiday tool. And the number one question that I get about the stamp set is, Meg, does the die fit gift cards? And the answer is yes, with this special hack that I'm going to share with you today. So I'm going to talk about the die. I'm going to explain the sizing on it, how to cut the paper, how to cut your cardstock to fit, and then we're going to look at the special hack for making it gift card size. I have a hint for you and a little bit of a break the rules kind of thing. And then we're going to talk about how to decorate that so that everything ends up right side up, which is always fun for your finished product. So we're gonna make a cute little gift card holder, and this is one of the projects that you'll get in the mail. I'll have die cut the little envelope piece for you, and you'll get the little embellishment accent pieces and so forth. So you'll get that kit in the mail if you order at least $60 from me during the month of September, which is not hard to do if you're getting the Advent calendar. So hot off the press today, Stampin' Up! Has released a 12-day Advent calendar, and I've gotten so many questions about whether I'm doing my 12 days of crafting that I did last year. The answer is yes, and you will need the Advent calendar for it. So when you order your Advent calendar from me, you will get the bonus videos, one for every day of the calendar, and those will be delivered to you through your email. You'll be able to watch them online. You won't have to join anything special for that. You'll have access to those special videos when you order your Advent calendar from me. So, and I'm doing that with a couple of good stamping friends. So yeah, get your Advent calendar ordered because who knows how long they're going to be in the shop. So, all right. Hi, Sue. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, say where you're here from. Let me know if you're watching. And with that, I think we will get stamping here. So let's switch our camera down, and there's like the sneak peek. Let's talk about this suite. So Jolly Delivery is excellent. It includes the stamps and then 2 pages of dies that coordinate, and they come kind of like this. There are these pieces that will cut out some of the designer series paper elements. So we have ones that cut out like these bears, ones that cut out the little mailboxes, the dog, the kitty with the antlers and so forth. And then we have this die set over here. Now, really number one question that I've gotten about this suite is, Meg, does this die fit a gift card? The answer to that is out of the box, no. But we're going to do that. So here's our gift card size, normal size, you know me, outdoors. And you can see that it is not the right size for a gift card, but that's okay. It is the excellent size for a couple of Ghirardelli chocolates, all kinds of little treats that you can put in here. A tea bag will fit perfectly, a couple of tea bags probably, because the depth of it, people always ask me to measure stuff, so let me get this for you. The depth of it is 1/2 inch. And so this size of the box as it is before we do our little gift card hack is 3 by 2.5 with a 1/2 inch here. Now, why did they do this? Probably because the great thing about this is that it fits onto a 1/2 sheet of cardstock. This is a little bit smaller than 1/2 sheet, and you're like, that is clearly bigger than a 1/2 sheet. How is this going to work? So the answer to that is you have to turn your die onto its diagonal, because this way it's not going to fit. Actually, this way it's too wide to even fit on the platform of the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. But when you put it on a little diagonal, then it's going to fit perfectly. All right, let's talk about how this is going to work. So when you get ready to use this die, even if you're just going to make the regular 2.5 by 3 box, you're going to want to add an element up here. And can you guys see these 3 little divots in here? They are there to make it easy for you. I'm going to get my extra dies out of the way. they're going to make it easy for you to add your choice. You can add a heart, you can add a star, or you can add a circle. And I'm going to go with a star for this one. I think I did circle on my other sample, but it is not going to matter. And you'll see that there are corresponding 3 little divots on our die here. Now these are meant to fit right into that element. Now, of course, let's get our stamps out of the way. When we get die cut, we're going to set it down this way, and we're going to set this here. Now, one of the things that you want to be careful about with a die like this is that things don't jump or move once you put this on your platform. And I find hands down the safest way to do that is to use a piece of washi tape across here. And I'm just going to go ahead and tape this in place all the way across. So now I know that those two aren't going to jump across each other. Now, what do I mean by dangerous, dangerous stamping here? What you don't want is this die to jump across the whole die here, because it will damage those cutting elements. And so you're going to end up, you're going to damage those cutting surfaces. And so then it's not going to cut correctly. So you want to make sure that you just put a piece of tape across there. Now, I am not going to run this through, because what's going to do is it's going to make this cute little box just like this. And we know that this isn't going to fit our gift card, and we want a gift card holder. So I'm going to show you a hack. And instead of putting this together this way, I'm going to give you permission to do a little crafting no-no. So let's take this back off again. And that crafting no-no is to go ahead and slide this one down here instead. And the no-no part is that I want this to be as far this direction as possible. Now, normally that would mean lining up the metal like this so that the pieces are abutting each other but not overlapping each other. But what I'm going to do is give it a teeny overlap with a big asterisk warning, okay? The big asterisk warning is that you don't want to go any further than the metal overlay part. You don't want to overlap the cutting art part, okay? Now, when you do this, what you're going to feel, you're going to set it down here and just slide it across, and you're going to feel it stop. Can you hear it clicking when it hits there? It's not clicking when it hits the metal to metal. It's clicking when it hits the star element. So I'm going to do that and just ease it back a teeny bit, and then make sure it's still in the center. And then I am going to tape this in a couple places so that nothing moves when we die cut, okay? So I've got it taped to each other, and I've got it taped to my paper, all right? So this is my little stamping hack here. All right, come with me. We're gonna drop this onto our die cut machine and cut this through. And so now I'm gonna show you the rest after this of the hack for putting together the box, okay? All right, so I'll bring this back and show you what we've got. All right, so if we look at the back side, we now have our star, which is placed down here. We have the rest of our die cut, and we have our piece here to just untape. So there we go. All right, now you could leave this for next time, or you could go ahead and take it off if you want, depending on what you're going to do next. All right, so we have our element here, and what I'm going to do is show you the pieces that you need to cut away to make this fit your gift card. We're going to cut away the tabs, okay? Now, if you're like, wait, doesn't that make the box? It's going to make, we're going to make a flat version of the box that fits the gift card. And I'll show you on the finished or assembled box, we're cutting away these little tabs here at the corners that would make it, stick together and have that sort of finished box shape where nothing's going to fall out the corners. But we don't care. Our gift card's not going to fall out the corners, so that is not going to be a big deal for us. All right, so now what to do? Now you could measure and score, but we would rather have the simple version, right? You guys are with me? We're going to do the simple version of this. So for the simple version, we're going to pop this in here. I'm going to center it, and I'm going to just pull up the sides and fold them across our gift card, okay? So now we have this here, and now I'm going to bring the top down and the bottom up, and I'm folding those on the bottom score line. And so now let me show you what would happen if we did this without moving that die. Remember, we changed the die position to the bottom instead of where it's shown in the die. If we did that, then we would have this. We would have the die cut way up here to make the box, and we would have our hole way down here, which doesn't overlap. So then you would have this problem. And then if you wanted to make it dimensional, you could. Let's see what that looks like. You could do it this way, but you would end up with a flat back here and the pieces lined up like this. So if you haven't figured out how this part goes, it's actually pretty cool. You're going to just fold those two elements together and pop them over the slot and then open them up again. And now you have your piece. And this works pretty well. So you don't have to do, if you feel like dangerous stamping isn't your thing, you don't have to do it the way I'm showing you. You could do it this way. You're going to end up with just a little bit of like kind of a dimensional shape, which is pretty cute too, as opposed to the flat box. But I'm going to show you now our version here with the gift card folded size and our alternate placement on our closure here. So we're going to same here. I haven't done the star before. Ooh, you want to be careful when you fold this one up. It's got some pointy parts. All right, so then we're going to fold this. And now do you see where our star has been moved? So it fits down here at the bottom. So now we have a nice tight fit for our gift card without the extra space on the sides. So you can decide whether you want like the dimensional box or the flat little gift card envelope for this. But you're going to find too, when you stamp on this, parts of it you want to be right side up and parts of it you want to be upside down for your stamping. So let's talk a little bit about that. I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap paper, and then we're going to talk about a really cute tag and a way to attach our tag to this box that's going to make a lot of sense. So, all right, so I'm going to open this up again. I love that it's so easy to open. And I'm going to think about which side is going to be up. So when I stamp, and I'm going to use, you can use Poppy Parade or Real Red. They both go pretty well with this suite. The color listed on the package for the designer series paper is Poppy Parade, but Real Red is also a good choice. So here's the designer series paper cutout pieces. This is a really cool paper with all those cutouts. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp here on the front of this. So this part here, I want my envelopes to be this direction, and I got those kind of lined up together. That's okay. And we're going to just sort of put those together there so that they cover. Now, if I keep going like this, then the envelopes are all going to be upside down in the back. So instead, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to change the direction of my envelopes. And because the stamp set is so cool, or this image is so cool, you can easily do that without losing your pattern. So I really like putting those little tied envelopes together, apparently. All right, and of course the sides, I think I've got them the right direction. And now we come to the bottom. And the bottom, I want to be stamped this direction so that our envelopes are right side up here. I'm not going to worry too much about the overlap there. And I'm actually not going to worry too much about stamping where the star is because most of that is going to get covered up by the overlap, okay? All right, and while we're at it, let's stamp a little bit of a tag. There are loads of great greetings in the Jolly Delivery stamp set that go along with this suite. So I'm going to do special delivery. I think that would be kind of a fun one. And I'm going to stamp it on this piece of petal pink here. If you hadn't figured out, petal pink is our cardstock color of the day. And now I can close up my Real Red pad. All right. So now how are we going to put this together with a tag? So really great thing about this particular designer series paper, and I talked about this before. Remember I showed you we made this card together during one of my open house, the virtual premiere videos, and there were these other versions of it here. I'll pull these. Using a really simple set of supplies, you can make many cards that are all different, yet have a very similar, not stressful to put together layout that you can mix and match. And this, of course, uses the hybrid embossing folder here. And you want to go back, you can find this in the Jolly Delivery section of my blog if you're looking for how to do these particular die cuts. But these make, this makes the raised die cut. I'm sorry about the pixels, guys. I'm trying not to move so that things come together. Gotta love the internet. Anyway, raised embossed images here for the greetings are totally perfect. So you could use one on this, but we're just going to use a stamped line here from the piece. And then of course, this is the other card that I showed you that's part of the Loven Stamps monthly tutorials for the month of September. So you're going to get all of these tutorials for the 4 projects, no matter how large your order is. Any size order gets the PDF tutorial. And then if your order $60 or more, you're going to get 2 card kits to go, one of which is of course going to be this project kit for our little gift card holder here this month. All right, so let's go ahead and close this up. We're going to open our star elements here and pop this back on. And now you can see all of our envelopes, pixels, sorry guys, all of our envelopes are facing the right direction for our finished front here. Okay, next, let's go ahead and work on our tag. So a really easy way to make a tag, of course, is to take a giant circle punch like the 2 3/8 inch punch and begin with that as your tag base. The other thing you could do is use the postage stamp dies. This is what I've been featuring this month. So actually, let's do this one on postage stamps. I did my other sample on circles, but we're going to grab this one here, and I think I'm going to, well, let's decide. I'm going to make this be the basis of our tag, which is really fun and clever because it's postage stamps, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a couple of little buildings here from our designer series paper, and then a little car here. So here's our little car there that goes with it. Now, if you don't want to use the cars from your cutouts, these elements here are cut and in the designer series paper package. So they're really great. But you could also use a strip of designer series paper here and cut your little car with friend out of the designer series paper. So here is another example of that. So we could use this one if we want to. He has the little driver, and I think I'm going to use the little driver one. But know that these are super easy and super quick. So just like those cards I showed you, if you're looking to make a bunch of something in short order, this is a really outstanding set. Okay, so this looks like about the right size. So let's go ahead and die cut this. Come with me back to my die cut machine. And again, if you look at the video where I introduced this suite, it's part of the virtual premiere for this new mini that came out at the beginning of September. I showed you how to use the postage stamp dies to make a whole bunch of pieces all at the same time. So let's come back here. All right, so I have my postage die cut out. So you can make a whole bunch of these pieces and have them ready to go. And if you're one of my stampers and you got the holiday catalog, you got a card kit in the mail from me already that used some of these pieces that looks like this. So be sure you put your card together because you can do that with the pieces that I sent you. All right, so tag, we need a cute little hole for our tag, right? And that is where the hole punch assortment comes in. These are available now. They came out as part of online exclusives, so you might not have seen them, but they are an excellent set of punches. And I'm going to use this really cute tag one here to add a hole at the top of our card. So our top of our piece. There we go. Okay. So now I have a tag, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to attach these pieces, and we're going to pop in our special delivery element there. Let's see, kind of like that placement. So you can go ahead and kind of place your pieces out, and then you guys know my favorite way to attach stuff is just to remove a little layer at a time and add some dimensionals that will hold everything in place. And so we're going to pop that on there and peel all these, and then I'll put my designer series paper elements back. I love a designer series paper that really takes a lot of the design effort away from your projects. So now we have this cute little tag here, and the white fuzzy, what's it called? White, it's called like white fuzzy trim or something. Oh, fluffy trim, there we go. White fluffy trim is great for this. It's part of the suite with the Jolly Delivery, and I'm going to put a little bit of it just like this. Now, It's pretty bulky. If you're going to tie a bow, it needs to be something pretty big because the ribbon itself is pretty bulky. And I don't want to have big, this is a small project, so having a big bow there would overwhelm things. So I'm just going to cut a little bit. It's probably about 3 inches, and set this here. And we're going to combine this with the red and white baker's twine, which is a really great element to add to this. And I'm going to show you, a lot of times I love to mix and match ribbon and twine, or 2 different ribbons. It is a great way to really sort of have some different colors and textures and so forth emphasized on a project. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my baker's twine and I'm going to tie it around here. And I'm going to tie a knot first. So you could, it's just easier to tie a knot first. Okay. So I'm going to leave myself a little pretty long ends here, and because we're going to tie a bow after this knot, but we're going to tie this knot first. All right. And now I'm going to go ahead and trim here. All right. So I have a bow or a knot with long tails, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop this across the front here. And we're going to tie a bow and trap this ribbon inside, okay? So right across here, I'm going to go ahead and tie, I've got my pinky holding the original or the fluffy trim down. Okay, can you guys see how we're doing this here? And then I'm just gonna tie my bow on top of that. Now, I probably have a little bit more baker's twine than I like. I like my pieces here to be sort of in the, yeah, it's not bad actually. I'm going to trim a little. All right. I like them to be sort of in the right scale here. And okay, let me tell you why this is so fun. I love that we have our little bows tying our envelopes in the background, and then we have our bow tying our envelope in our actual project. So very meta, very fun. Here is our little star. And then, of course, our postage stamp tag, which is kind of the perfect accessory to go along with this. Hi, Alice. All right, you guys want to see the other version of this that I made? Here's the other version. This one has a little circle tag on it. And then we have our circle closure here. So we have our circle tag with the 2 3/8" circle punch and our circle closure. Same idea. Now, depending on which of the little characters you're using, sorry, try not to move. Depending on which of the little characters you're using, the green truck is headed to the right, and I want it to look like it's going to the little house, not away from the little house. So depending on which direction your driver is facing, you might want to redo your setup here, house on the left or house on the right. But either way, this works really well. So you can see from the designer series paper that there are a whole lot of these little buildings. I think the storefronts would work great too. You could even substitute one of the mailboxes instead of the house if you wanted to, but you get, oh, there's another cute little housey shop there. So you get all of these little houses. You get 2 pages of die cuts in your piece, or in your designer series paper. The other die cut sheet is all of the animals. Let's see if I have that one in here. I don't think I do have it in here. Oh yeah, I do. This is the other die cut paper with all of the animals in it, and then the envelopes and so forth. So you could also put the cute little animals on your tag. It doesn't have to be the truck in the house. And then remember that you have the designer series paper at your disposal, which has this strip of the trucks and animals to use too. So this is a really easy to duplicate project. You can do lots of iterations of the same thing, and it gives you a chance to just really kind of make the most of your pieces, especially if you have a bunch of something you wanted to make. You wouldn't now necessarily need to use these for Christmas. So just think about if you're doing like little table favors for a wedding shower or a baby shower. You could stamp these with the envelope still and put little like baby tags on them, or little wedding tags, or the initials of the bride for a bridesmaids event. Lots and lots of possibilities for these. And like I said, you can either make the boxes the normal size. So this is the size with the half-inch dimension that the die cuts itself. And then you can use the special hack that I showed you to make either the flat version that shows fits a die gift card, or the slightly dimensional version that fits a gift card, whichever of these makes you happy. So another great way to use your supplies to make the most of an occasion. A lot of times I hear from stampers that sometimes they're like, I don't know if I have time to make a card for this event. But they often will say, oh, but I have this big thing coming up or this event at work, and it would be so fun to make these little treats for my coworkers. All kinds of good possibilities. So think about this one. I really do like the Jolly Delivery stamp set. Every time a new stamp set and a new catalog comes out, I have to go through and pick what I'm going to feature for the Loven Stamps monthly tutorials. And this one jumped right to the forefront because between the box building die and the cute animals and the flexibility of the designer series paper, this one is such a great flexible set. So definitely Christmas oriented in the stamps and the paper, but that doesn't mean that you can't branch out, use other papers with it, with the same dies and so forth to make similar projects for other seasons. So, all right, oh no, I am not done. The other thing that I have to tell you about for this month is Stampin' Up! Just announced the biggest starter kit special they have ever had, and it is coming October 1st. So actually, I was just talking to somebody 2 days ago, and I said, oh, I know you want to sign up now, but this Stampin' Up! Has told us there's something big coming. So starting October 1st, you can be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You can join my Loven Stampfuls Demonstrator community. We would love to have you. We are spread all across the United States, from coast to coast and outside. We have demonstrators in other places that are U.S., Guam, Puerto Rico, all kinds of fun things. So if you would like to join my Loven Stampfuls family, the chance will be coming October 1st because the starter kit is usually $99 and it includes free shipping, which is a great deal. You get to pick out $125 of product of your choice. But during the special, you actually get to pick out $125, but instead of paying $99, you're going to pay $35. So it's a really good deal. That's like a $90 shopping spree. So even if you're like, Meg, I do not want to do what you do, that is perfectly okay. There are not all that many demonstrators who do what I do, which is fine. We welcome demonstrators in the term demonstrators at all levels. So lots of the demonstrators in our Loven Stampfuls community are stamped for themselves. They order at a discount. They take advantage of all those perks. And that is perfectly fine. We are welcome everyone in a chance to share community and creativity. Don't feel like you have to do anything. I have no expectations for you when you purchase a starter kit with me. My job is to help you get what you want out of your time as a demonstrator. So rest assured that there's no pressure to do anything except enjoy your time as a demonstrator. So we work pretty hard to make sure that happens. So if you have questions, reach out to me, let me know. That will begin October 1st, and you can learn more on my website at lovenstamps.com/join-my-team, or you can just look at the headers at the top of the Loven Stamps website and find information about that. So the other thing to know, if you're thinking like, whoa, $35 and I get 125, like what is the hook here? And the answer to that is really simple. So Stampin' Up! Knows that people who join the Stampin' Up! Family as demonstrators tend to stay around for a long time. They're more engaged. They're more excited about their stamping. They enjoy having their 20 to 25% discount, plus the chance to have income from other, from sharing stamping with other friends. And so they tend to stay more engaged and they tend to stay with Stampin' Up! Longer. So yes, it's a huge discount, but Stampin' Up! Is really excited to take a chance on you. And so I hope you guys will take a chance on us and join my Loven Stampfuls demonstrator family. So make sure you click in there. You can learn more about the perks of joining with me and all that we offer as a Loven Stampfuls community. And yeah, like I said, if you have questions, let me know. I feel like I started that sentence on a different thought and now I've lost my train. So if I didn't come back to it, let me know and I can answer your questions for you. But yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine where my life would be if I had not become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator so many years ago, 22 and a half. It's been a long time. So I really love what I do and I would love for you to enjoy that too. So All right, everybody, have a really great week. Enjoy your Tuesday. I will be back on Thursday with another episode of Make Room Noise with Meg. I hope you are enjoying the Jolly Delivery projects and the perks that I have for you this month. If you're at Loven Stamples Demonstrator, you get all of the Loven Stamps monthly PDFs. So don't feel like you're going to miss out on that. You'll always have access to those PDFs and video tutorials as a team member too. So, all right, guys, have a great day. Stay warm if you are in rainy Colorado. We had, I thought, rain coming today, but who knows? We'll see what happens. So, all right, everybody, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Happy stamping.